Hey everyone! So today I'm going to teach you how to do a Vagisteam for fertility. So what you do is you bring a giant stock pot of water to boil, and I have turned off the heat for right now because it makes a lot of sound, so I didn't want that in my video. But I'm going to show you what herbs I put in it, and then I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to steep it for 10 minutes, and then I'll turn it off and steep it for another 5 minutes so it can start cooling a little bit, but not cool too much. But of course we don't want to sit on something that's going to be crazy hot and burn our hoo-has. So I'm using 6 different herbs today. Now the first herb I have here is rosemary, and rosemary increases circulation of the reproductive organ. It gets rid of any extra fluids, and it's very antiseptic. So I have about 2 tablespoons here, and I'm going to dump that in. Next I have lavender, and lavender is very relaxing. You know, a lot of sleep aids have lavender in them, and it's also antiseptic, and it's very good for uterine function. So another 2 tablespoons in. Okay, next I have oregano, and oregano is stimulating as well, but it's antiseptic and it is healing to the reproductive system and the circulatory system, and it stimulates the lymphatic system. Okay, and next I have marigold or calendula. And my herb shop calls it calendula, so if you walk in and you can't find marigold, that's what you're looking for. And it is very healing to vaginal tissue. Next I have rose petals, which are very relaxing as well, and it is a very gentle astringent for the vaginal area. And last I have burdock root, and this detoxifies and is very healing to the reproductive organs. Okay, so I have all that in, and I'm going to turn the heat back on high. I have a very large stock pot full of water, so I'm just going to mix this in. Okay, and I'm going to put the lid on the pot. We're going to set a timer for 10 minutes. We're going to let that go for 10 minutes, and then we're going to turn off the heat and let it go for another 5 minutes. Okay, while that finishes steeping, I'm going to talk to you about the herbs I got. I live in a very small town, and my town has an herb shop. So I would assume that there's an herb shop in every town in America or wherever it is that you live. So, you know, just Google herb shop and see what you can find. But I actually got these herbs really cheap. I walked in there with a list, and I walked up to the lady and said, "This is what I need," and she walked me around. So, I got 2 ounces of rose petals for $1.04. The most expensive ones were the lavender, that was $3.60 an ounce, and the marigold was $3.50 an ounce. But everything else I got 2 ounces of. The oregano was $1.11, and like this isn't the 2 ounces anymore because I've been using it. So that's just what I have now. But of course it's by weight, so by volume is totally different. Where this is, you know, 2 ounces of rose petals. This is only 2 ounces of burdock root. So, you know, but still, the burdock root was only $2 for 2 ounces. Rose petals were $1.04 for 2 ounces. And the rosemary was $1.18 for 2 ounces. So, you know, you can't go wrong. If you go and get this done at a day spa where they do Vagisteams, it could be $75 for a half-hour treatment. And I bought all of these herbs for under $18, and this will do lots of Vagisteams. So it's definitely worth it to go out, find the herbs, and do it yourself. And if you can find a local shop, you can get them much cheaper than if you go on Amazon or somewhere else to try to find your herbs. So let me show you my setup here. I have this, on the very bottom is a pot rack. I got it from IKEA. There was a set of 2 for $5, and it's so you can organize pots in your cupboard, but I use it to put my pot on when I Vagisteam. And then I have a hot plate on that, and then I got this chair at IKEA as well. The original article I read about Vagisteam said to get a wooden chair or a canvas chair and cut a hole in it. Well, I don't have either of those things, and I don't have any tools to cut a hole in anything, so I went to IKEA and I found this chair that is completely perforated, and it works great for this process. And the other things you're going to need is a heavy blanket to go around the lower half of you, and then a lighter blanket to go around the top half of you, and then a glass of water. Anytime you're steaming and sweating, you want to have water nearby so you can replace the fluids. So let me show you how I get everything in place. Okay, and you can see the steam coming right up through the holes. So I have a dress on with no panties underneath, so what I'm going to do is just sit down and just kind of spread it. So this is my comforter off my bed, so I'm just going to wrap it around and make a tent to hold in all that steam. And if at any point it is too hot, just undo the blankets and let some of the steam out. You don't want to burn yourself. This is not supposed to be a painful experience. It's supposed to be a very comfortable and relaxing experience. And like right now it's a little warm, so I'm just gonna air that out a bit. Okay, that's a little hot, so I'm gonna let it sit for a few minutes. Okay. So I let it cool down a little bit because it was a little too hot, and like I said, you don't want to burn yourself. This is supposed to be relaxing and cleansing, not painful. This is not one of those beauty is pain situations. So don't burn your delicate nethers. Let's not do that. A really good reason to Vagisteam is because it brings a lot of healing and circulation to your reproductive organs. I like to do this for fertility. I hadn't done it in a while, and I forgot how much I like it, how much it does affect my body in a positive way. Sometimes in the hustle and bustle of life, it's hard to find a spare second or spare hour to do this. And it's important, you know, if what you're trying to do is conceive a healthy baby, it's important to get your reproductive organs as healthy as possible. So in detoxifying and cleansing and improving circulation, all of those things, you know, improving uterine health, that's important for conceiving a healthy baby. So you can do this twice a year just for, you know, an annual pick-me-up of your reproductive organs. But if you're trying to conceive, you can do it every cycle. And if you have longer cycles like I do, you can do it every 2 weeks. Most people who have a regular cycle can't do it every 2 weeks because it's recommended not to do it after you ovulate, because you don't want to add extra heat that could potentially damage the egg or the sperm, or, you know, the embryo trying to implant. So you don't want to do that after you ovulate. But if you have a longer cycle like I do, I can do this every couple of weeks up until I ovulate, and then I'll wait until after my period and I'll start again. Don't do it while you're on your period for the obvious reasons. It's messy, so don't do that. But otherwise, you know, see how you like it. It really is relaxing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit here on the steam for 20 minutes, all bundled up. And then once I'm done, I'm going to very gently unwrap, because you don't want to spill your giant pot of tea that's down there. And you want to stay wrapped up and go lay in bed or go lay on the couch, take a nap or watch TV or something, read a book for an hour, but stay bundled up so that you are continuing to sweat, so you're continuing to stay warm, so you're, you know, sweating out toxins, and you're improving your reproductive, you're improving your circulatory system, and your lymphatic system is able to circulate and get rid of some of the gunk that's in your body. I'm going to be talking in my next video, I'm going to show you how to do castor oil packs, which is also wonderful for your lymphatic system. Even if you're not trying to conceive, it's still a good thing to do to really get your lymphatic system going. And what that does is it takes the toxins out of your body. So any chance you get, you know, when you go to the doctor and they feel your lymph nodes, they're seeing if they're infected and full of gunk. So what you want to do is get rid of the gunk. So we'll be talking about castor oil packs in my next video. That'll be coming up later this week. And in the meantime, let me know how you like your Vagisteam. Let me know how it worked for you. If you found it comfortable, or if you found it awkward, or if you thought the thought of it was awkward, but then you found it not to be so bad once you tried it. And if you try other herbs other than what I'm doing, let me know how you liked them. I did read not to use essential oils because that can be damaging to vaginal tissue. So don't use essential oils, but let me know what other herbs you use. Let me know what else I can try in my next steam. And until next time, thanks so much for watching, guys.